Okay. I just wanted to start off with an apology.
Oh,
Apparently, while in Christmas Eve Mass with my family, I farted in church, which set off a vibration into my pocket. And unbeknownst to me, I liked 37 anti-vax tweets and never intended to say anything bad about Jimmy Garoppolo. So, Merry Christmas to everyone.
oh, baby! Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my little football fell. We're here! That's right. You a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
I don't know what I am.
It's a T-Rex in a wheelchair.
I'm a confused boy in a man's body.
Every day, and that's why Manscaped is a very confusing time. But ladies and gentlemen, we're here. The final Monday edition of GPS in 2021.
Oh.
That's right. It's the last Monday of the year, everybody. So get in all your Monday mumps. Your
Measles
Monday
and rubella.
Your marsupials. And get it, because we're here. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, another edition of the Grossi Perna Show, otherwise known as the hard drug P
S. And by hard drug, we of course mean seizure medication.
That's you have to take it, guys. Before you watch any anime, you have to take it. You just have to take it.
Flashing lights. Ooh, we're here to help. We're here to help.
We have so much to break down. I spent a good 25 minutes on the rundown today, just
cranking through games. I saw that.
Oh yeah, there were some crazy games that were going on, and then there was the games I decided to stream. There was really good games, and then there was whatever I watched yesterday, and in front of over 1,000 people. There was that, because those games were blowouts, but that doesn't matter because we're here. We have teams that have clinched their division, clinched a postseason berth, and I've also been eliminated from the postseason. We're going to talk about all of that and more today.
Oh my God.
On GPS. Hit the intro.
There's some interesting things that happened over the weekend, from Joe Burrow throwing for 525 yards against a depleted Ravens roster, but still 525 yards.
Yep.
To John Lynch accidentally liking a tweet about Jimmy G, which is what I opened the show with. If you're confused, I will explain. Don't you worry. My Denver Broncos just refused to show up offensively. And I didn't win any of my bets.
Oh.
But I was still happy to place them through DraftKings Sportsbook. They say it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. I tend to agree with them. And right now, GPS is the promo code when you sign up. If you've never signed up to a web service before after seeing it on a podcast or a YouTube channel, you got to use their promo code or they won't sponsor you anymore. That's how the world works these days. So when you go to DraftKings, link in the description, put in code GPS and DraftKings to show how much they appreciate you. They're going to match your first-time deposit of up to $1,000, but only with our code. And
GPS.
they're an official sponsor of both the NFL and NBA.
Oops.
Watch out, MLB and NHL, because they might be coming for you too. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point.
Do people still bet on baseball? Is it how long until you fall asleep?
How long until is the lockout over? How long will the lockout last?
Is it a lockdown? We had those in school because we live in America.
Ooh, yeah. It's not like that.
Oh, it's not like
Not
that?
like that.
So you don't have to stay in your classrooms?
No.
Oh, okay. So they're not in their
But if
classrooms.
you're stuck in your classroom and you're super bored and you're of legal age, you're of legal betting age, why don't you pop open that DraftKings Sportsbook app? Really nice app. Easy to navigate. Easy to place your bets. I do the majority of my betting on the toilet. I'm going to be completely honest. And just remember code GPS. You deposit $1 and you can receive a deposit bonus of up to $1,000 using that code. GPS!
Always saves the day.
I saw you singing with your dad last night.
Oh, yeah.
It was very good.
And then he knocked over beer.
God damn it.
Knocked over the microphone, knocked over the beer. That game was so bad. That Sunday night game, we'll talk about that first just so we get the garbage out of the way. That Sunday night game between the Washington football team and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The biggest oof I've seen in quite some time, in which you knew that game was over by the first quarter because it was 21-0. And you know who loses besides America? We all do, because Scooter is going to be insufferable on Thursday. Insufferable.
Scooter's like, hey guys, you want to do clickbait every day this week?
Yeah, every day.
You want to do it 5 days this week?
Every day. Every day. Because Rain Dakota Prescott, it was 42-7. It was 42-7 at halftime. And at this point, people are going to disagree. Because the Cowboys only put up 14 points left in the remaining half. Go for 100. Honestly, at that point, go for 100. Who cares?
Go for 100.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Just go for 100. Why not?
It was a blowout of blowout proportions. I put a poll in my chat. Which team had the worst loss on Sunday? I put in the Broncos, the Chargers, the Steelers, or the football team.
Oh, yeah.
So clickbait's going to be real fun on Thursday. Adam's team's been eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
Tree's team got worked by the Chiefs, and my team just decided to have their worst offensive outing in I can't even tell you how long. And there have been some bad ones to compete with.
That's true.
Some bad ones. But
the Browns Thursday night game comes to mind.
Here's, you and I both like to reference when we're very right about something, don't we, Tom?
We do.
I was telling people in my power rankings about the Cowboys defense being so much better with DeMarcus Lawrence back in the lineup. And what does he do in this game? He sixes it. An incredible pick six.
Yep.
Where both just at the line of scrimmage, he jumps up, snakes the ball out of the air, and then he has a return for 40 yards. And he looked like a running back out there.
Yeah, he's
like a decent running back. Not a bad running back playing for, I don't know. Well, the Texans did Rex Burkhead look like maybe MVP against the Chargers. But yeah, it's the Cowboys defense is what makes them a little bit scary. And I think maybe Dak got out of his slump, but it's the football team. I'm not going to look too much into them beating Washington. Washington had a nice little run there with Taylor Heineke. But overall, they're mostly just punching each other on the sidelines so they can feel something other than
They literally, Washington's defense was fighting themselves.
Yeah. Jonathan Allen punched Daron Payne in the face on the sideline.
Yeah. That broke
out.
Put
it in my shorts.
I was like, maybe that'll hype him up. Nope, it didn't. Yeah, Washington is bad. They were destroyed. And it was funny because I had just streamed the Steelers-Chiefs game, which one of the greatest moments I think ever happened on stream during that game. So the Chiefs are blowing out. It's in the fourth quarter. They're blowing out the Steelers. You know the Steelers are not going to win. CBS switched the game over during my stream to the Broncos Raiders, in which the Raiders were kneeling it because the Broncos had no timeouts left. It was the end of the game, and CBS is still like, them kneeling it where you know the outcome is still better than watching the final 10 minutes of this game.
Yeah. Damn you, Tytar. Damn you. So they switched to... Here, watch a team kneel in victory formation because it's better than watching Big Ben, who died 2 years ago, try and play football.
It was great. It was like, this is better. We know you don't want to watch this. I mean, they weren't wrong, but still. Thanks, CBS. I appreciate that. Just to watch him kneel it down. And it was funny because there actually was a competitive game during that like 4 o'clock, that late time slot. And that was the Bears and the Seahawks.
Yeah. I was working on my best and worst episode. I'm like, I've spent way too much time talking about the Bears and Seahawks, but it's one of the better games this weekend.
It was one of the best games, and 2 amazing things happened. One, Jimmy Graham was relevant for a minute. 1.5. The Bears, they score a touchdown with minimal time remaining. They go for 2, and they get it to take a 1-point lead. And so the Bears showing the Ravens how to actually score a 2-point conversion at the end of the game, 1.
Yep.
And 2, the Seahawks lost and are now officially eliminated from the postseason. And there is a total of 8 teams that are now eliminated from the postseason.
Why don't you read off the teams, and after each one, I will say, you've been eliminated.
Okay. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
You've been eliminated.
The Detroit Lions.
You've been eliminated.
The Houston Texans.
You've been eliminated.
The New Jersey Giants.
You've been eliminated.
The New Jersey Jets.
You've been eliminated.
The Seattle Seahawks.
You've been eliminated.
The Chicago Bears.
You've been eliminated.
And finally, the Carolina Panthers.
You've been eliminated.
And that's it. And
wow. Cartoon Network, give me a job, because I just did 8 distinct and unique voices and got 39 people to stop watching.
Nailed it. So yeah, we're going to talk about today. A bunch of teams clinched, bunch of teams eliminated. I do love that the Giants and Jets are back to back, because they're just like, they're so bad. Both of them are already out of the playoffs. You had a tank bowl yesterday between the Jets and the Jaguars, in which Zach Wilson had a vintage moment. 52-yard scramble for a tutty.
Yeah, he looked like Sam Darnold, who did that against the Broncos. That's the only reason I remember.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So we talked about the Sunday night game, which was abysmal. The Dallas Cowboys have clinched the NFC East. So they have clinched not only a playoff spot, but they have clinched their division as well. So now there are 3 out of the 4 divisions in the NFC are clinched, because you have the North with the Packers, you have the East with the Cowboys, and you have the South with the Buccaneers, who clinched. And that's it. How could we did? Yeah, Carolina had a very interesting game plan going into yesterday. They were like, okay, what if we played all 3 quarterbacks? That'll stop Tom Brady.
Yeah. Like, I've said it multiple times this season. I think the formula for the Panthers is to use Cam Newton in spot situations.
Sure.
Instead, Matt Rule's like, let's start this game by rotating our quarterbacks, because that sounds like a good game. Before eventually he was just like, okay, Cam, you sit down. We're gonna roll with Darnold here. We're gonna roll with old Sammy D and still lose in just deplorable fashion.
They're bad.
Let's not even put up a fight. And the Buccaneers didn't even play that well.
They did
and
not.
They still scored, 33 points? 32 points?
Yeah. AB came
Stupid.
back, and he was their leading receiver. 101 yards for Antonio Brown. And then another guy named Cyril. When there's a guy named Cyril who is your second leading receiver, there's nothing really to write home about. But they won that game. They clinched for the first time since 2007.
Wow.
Buccaneers have clinched the NFC South.
Yeah.
But they can't beat the
Tom Brady. 18 division titles. Ooh.
Yeah. So the Buccaneers, Mike Evans, day-to-day. Fournette, he's on that 3-week IR. Godwin not coming back. And you're right, they didn't look amazing, especially in that first half. I mean, the first quarter was 7-3. They put up 12, and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe something. And then the Panthers were just like, nah, I don't feel like I wanna. I remember.
I killed them so hard.
Oh, I remember. Oh, that your curse killed them.
Yeah, I used to be upset about it, but now I kind of like the power I have wielded over this NFL season.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. So yeah, Buccaneers, they clinched. By the way, just to go through real quick, and I think that this is a funny stat because it just shows the pandemonium of the AFC. There are 5 teams in the NFC that have clinched a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
There is 1 team that clinched in the AFC.
That's the Chiefs.
And that is the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs clinched their division. Only one who've actually have a playoff spot. Meanwhile, NFC, Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Buccaneers, Cardinals. Only 2 spots left to be taken. Who's going to take it? Ian Book?
Congratulations to the Cardinals who clinched without even winning.
And losing.
They've lost 3 in a row. Yep. And they clinched. That's bull crap, Tom. If you lose 3 in a row, even if mathematically you've clinched, the NFL, sorry, Luke, the NFL should say you don't get to clinch until you win. You can't say you clinched until you win again, Arizona. And the Cardinals, they're a perplexing team. They win without Kyler Murray. Then they get Kyler Murray back. They beat the Bears, but then they just start losing again. I don't understand how a team with their best player returning all of a sudden just starts losing. Now, people are pointing out that they beat a lot of bad teams, making fun of J.J. Watt and his sideline rant about nobody putting respect on their name. Well, the respect got put on their name, and now it's been taken back off. Arizona.
There's a stat that I want to point you to.
Give us the stats, Tom.
I found this stat on the NFL subreddit, which I walked into, and it was just a wonderful place. But I did see it. And the Cardinals are 15-5-1 under Cliff Kingsbury in weeks 1 through 7. Only 2 teams are better, and that's the Packers and the Ravens. Okay? Now, after week 7, so weeks 8 through 17, the Cardinals are 8-18 under Cliff Kingsbury, and only the Lions, Panthers, and Jaguars are worse. So it sounds like the Cardinals, they be having a midseason collapse.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which, by the way, I said this, we're talking about being right. I asked you a question last week, Brandon Perna. I asked you a question. I said, are the Colts the best team in football? Or I'm sorry, no, I didn't. I said, are they the best team in the AFC? And now, back-to-back wins over the Patriots and now the Cardinals. And Jonathan Taylor didn't even really do a whole lot in this game. It was Carson Wentz who stood up, and they have no offensive line. Like, all their offensive line's gone. And they still decisively beat the Cardinals. I'm just saying, if there's a team in the AFC I don't want to play besides the Chiefs right now, it's the Colts. Because they're hot.
Wow. Of course, their offensive line, it's not injuries or COVID. They're just gone, and nobody knows where they went for the Colts.
They got that.
You kind of stole my angle here, Tom, because we titled this episode, what the hell did we title it? Who is the best team heading into the playoffs? I think the Chiefs, easy answer for the AFC, right? And
Sure.
Nuts to bolts, grits to Ritz, tits to shits, they probably are. But here's what I like about the Colts.
Oh, yeah.
In that win, no Darius Leonard, no Kari Willis, whoever that is, no Kamoko Turi, whoever that is, no Quentin Nelson, no Ryan Kelly. That's their guard. That's their center. No Mark Glowinski. Glowinski. Radiation while you're on the mountain skiing. No Zach Pascal. No Rock Ya-Sin. No Jack Doyle. No Sendejo. No Fisher. So they're down a bunch of guys, like a lot of teams, right? And they go out and get a big win. Incredibly impressive. And you said Jonathan Taylor didn't do that much. He still got over 100 rushing yards. With 4 of his offensive linemen by the end of the game not in there. The Broncos, they were down their center. Oh, they didn't have their center. And Melvin Gordon rushed for -4 yards. They combined for 18 net yards, 10 of which came from Drew Lock. Their longest run of the game was probably a quarterback sneak by Drew Lock that went for 4 yards. So, I heard...
Joe.
There's a lot of Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. I know at least the Cardinals have a strong winning record, and they can coast in the postseason and maybe get a fire under their butt and, get a win or something. And the Broncos had this winnable game against the Raiders. The Raiders scored 17 points, Tom. Just 17 points. Denver, 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers in this game, and they can only muster 13 points. Drew Lock wasn't bad either. He had 3 times receivers drop passes. Just dropped them. Just said, screw you, Drew. We're waiting for another quarterback to rip his heart out of his chest and throw that heart onto the field and watch it slowly lose its life. It was such a frustrating game. I mean, and I like to use the Colts as the counter example there because they lost the first 3 games of the season. The Broncos win the first 3 games of the season.
Yep.
But they're just a better coach team. There weren't any excuses. Indy went out and beat one of the teams with the best records in the league, but it's why your point about the Colts being a team you don't want to play is because they figured out a lot of different ways to win football games. And they're going to get a lot of those guys back in the postseason. And who knows which teams are going to be affected by COVID during the postseason. I'm hoping the Buccaneers, who seem to never have anybody on the COVID list, but Eagles fans know a thing or two about drop passes as well, but Eagles got to win. They got a big win this weekend. And Guillermo, enjoy your Raiders win.
Got over 2,200 people in here, by the way.
Woo!
Crushing it on a Monday.
We're crushing it on a Monday.
Yeah, there's a lot that's going on there because there's another Saturday game I want to talk about real quick. That was played before the
I
Colts
wonder
Cardinals.
what it is. Did you see my picture I tweeted out of tiny Tom Grossi on Christmas?
Yes. Knowing that you were watching me on Christmas filled my heart with such glee and joy. Such glee and joy.
It was just the phone image next to a huge TV.
Yep.
So stupid.
It was great.
Great stream on Christmas, Tom. Great stream.
Thank you. Yeah, my voice still hasn't recovered from Christmas. But here's the thing. Packers, Browns. Packers get a 1-point win. And now I wish, what was the stupid Steelers score? Hold on. Not the one from yesterday. Hold on.
Was it 1? I thought they won by 2.
2.
Damn it, I know more about the Packers than you.
That's true. All right. In the AFC North, beat the Steelers by 10. Who cares about that? We beat the Bengals by 3. We beat the Browns by 2. And we beat the Ravens by 1.
Ooh.
So if only we had beaten the Steelers by 4, it would have been perfect. But just like the game yesterday, the Steelers had to go and mess everything up.
Would have been better if you beat the Steelers by 0.
And tied.
Yep. You beat them by 0.
I prefer the 4. Regardless. So, yeah. Because people be celebrating and be like, oh, man, look how good the Colts are, which I just did. And I agree with all those injuries. The Packers still have all those injuries, folks. Their offensive line. We lost Josh Neiman during the game. And you got to have Ben Braden come in at left tackle. We're on our 4th left tackle. Our 4th one. 4. Center hasn't been there. Interior guards injured. Right tackle injured. We're still injured too, guys. We're still injured well. And people are being like, oh, well, you only beat the Browns by 2 points. Yeah, we did diddly crap in the second half. Diddly crap. And people are looking, of course, and saying, oh, Rasul Douglas, he held. Which, by the way, in slow motion does look a lot more egregious. And I think that they could have and should have called it if they were going to do that throughout the game. But at the same time, Baker Mayfield also sucked. Threw a whole bunch of picks. But there were some calls that most definitely went the Packers' way. But Packers still got a W. And I don't really know what to tell you. Like, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Yeah. And on top of that, more importantly, Aaron Rodgers said Davante Adams is the best player that he's ever played with. And previously, he said Charles Woodson. And Charles Woodson tweeting out today, crying, that now he's not the best player that Aaron Rodgers has ever played with.
Nice.
So,
yeah, Adams
sorry,
is
Charles.
good.
Sorry, Charles. Davante Adams is a god. Aaron Rodgers broke the record. No, maybe for Sean Payton. I don't think they'll go 10-7, but all I'm saying is Packers need to clean some things up. Wasn't a pretty win, but we swept the AFC North. And I really hope we get healthy.
The AFC North is scary, but not for any of the right reasons.
True. And anyone can still, literally any team can still win that division. Any team.
Yeah. I think the Bengals will run away with it here. I think they're going to ride that momentum. They are the healthiest team, and I think they'll come away with the win. Speaking of the AFC North, I did see this tweet on Twitter well before NFL memes stole it. I got the original tweet here. Now, tell me if you can see it, Tom.
Oh, I know it. Yep. Yep. You see, I didn't think it was a carriage. I thought it was a walker.
Yeah, it looks like a walker.
Yeah. I see a bunny pushing a walker. Yep.
I do see the bunny, which is really funny.
Yes.
The ear hole is its little fluffy tail, and then the outline of the face mask forms its back, an ear, a little eye, a big chomping tooth, pushing a cart. Just a weird observation. Only like somebody who doesn't watch football could make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've been programmed to just know that's the Browns and not like analyze looking at it. And now, and he's right. Now he can't unsee it, and neither can. It took me a minute too. I was like, "What? A rabbit pushing a grocery cart?" Well, yeah, it looks like a rabbit with a grocery cart or a walker. And I thought that was important to bring up on the show today. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
The Colts just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on COVID, including tackle Braden Smith. And now their entire starting O-line is out.
The Colts?
Yeah. Ian Rappaport. Yep.
Whoa.
Safety, corner, linebacker, Marlon Mack, running back, and then tackle Braden Smith. All on COVID, and now their entire starting line is no longer going to be playing. That's crazy. That's insane. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, apparently the Buccaneers have a very difficult schedule next year.
The Bucs?
Oh no.
Next season?
The Buccaneers, yeah.
Who cares? Tom Brady will be retired. And it's going to make him look better. Because the Bucs have a hard schedule and they're going to lose games. Everybody's going to be like, oh, Tom Brady carried that team. Oh.
All right, their 2022 opponents. You ready for this? Home games. Oh, God. Home games. Rams, Seahawks, Ravens, Bengals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Chiefs, and Packers. Away games, Cardinals, 49ers, Steelers, Browns, the rest of their division, and the Cowboys. Damn, that's a kick in the pants. That's a difficult schedule.
I hope they go 0-17.
Yep.
With Tom Brady.
I
hope Tom Brady just sticks around too long like Big Ben, and we all watch his rapid decline.
Yeah. Yep. From your lips to God's. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
Colleen.
Thoughts
Whatever, Colleen.
Bills.
Oh, Buffalo all the way this time.
Finally. I've said they needed a decisive win. They got it. And it was against a good team. And finally, beating the Patriots. Now back on top, the AFC East. Josh Allen looked fracking awesome yesterday. I would have loved if that was the Sunday night game because it was much better than the garbage that we did have on our TV screens.
Yeah.
But yeah, beating them up, putting them down, was up 17-7 first half, 13 points in the fourth. Josh Allen, 30 for 47, 314 yards, 3 tutties. And the most important stat, was not sacked a single time. The offensive line actually gave Josh Allen time, and look what happened. Wow, they won a football game. Crazy how that works. Crazy.
The other important stat is Josh Allen did that without 2 of his starting wide receivers. Cole Beasley not playing. Gabe Davis not playing. Insert former Denver Bronco Isaiah McKenzie having a career day, 125 receiving yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
And even more importantly, the Patriots got back into that game. Okay.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson drops a interception. That's rare. But when the Bills needed a late game drive, Josh Allen went full clutch mode. First, he hits McKenzie on 3rd and long to convert, then hits McKenzie again, makes a play with his legs, and then ends the game with a touchdown pass or pitch to Dawson Knox. So it's not just that they beat the Patriots, but they beat the Patriots with the game on the line.
Yep.
Something they couldn't do the previous meeting in the windstorm. Ooh. And I think it's a momentum shifter for the Bills now that Josh Allen is in clutch mode. 2-car references.
I did not know that. That's crazy stat. First time Belichick's defense forced 0 punts in his entire career. That's wild. That's a wild stat.
I'm putting that in the best and worst script right now.
There you go. Also, Jake Kumaro dropped a touchdown, which was sad.
Don't Kumaro here no more.
Kumaro no here no more. Which I'm hoping they just cut him in the Packers to pick him up. But Colts versus Rams Super Bowl? Really? Gross. Rams, I'm sorry. The Rams looked terrible yesterday. Matt Stafford threw 3 interceptions. Thank God Sony Michel could run the ball for over 100 yards. Stafford looked awful. I know he was under a lot of pressure, but good God. They did not look great against the Vikings. Not even a little bit. So, just saying.
But they got the win. Sometimes it's ugly. And Sony Michel, a.k.a. Samsung Michael, I think a key for the Rams. They're going to get better in the run game as they go forward. So if they can lean on that, they can survive a couple Matthew Stafford interceptions because eventually I think Stafford will fix that.
That's a great stat too. 12-point margin victory. The Bills the first team in 25 years to win by double digits at New England in consecutive seasons.
Whoa, cool.
Nice.
Buffalo all the way this time.
That's it. Buffalo. Oh, yeah, Stephon Diggs telling the crowd to shut the F up. That was great.
Yeah. Favorite part of the game, easily.
Chiefs Bengals
followed by the reporter asking Belichick if he had any New Year's resolutions.
That was amazing. I had the clip there, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
I love that there's a reporter doing a story on New Year's resolutions. Like, that's what we need. We need to know about
after a
athletes'
loss.
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she sounds like so innocent too, because like Belichick just looks like the most miserable human being because they're coming off a loss against a divisional opponent. They've lost 2 straight now. And it's like, to get away from football, I'm doing a story on New Year's resolutions. I just wanted to know if you had any. And there's like this awkward silence, and he's like,
yeah, no,
I don't have any of that right now. She's like, okay. Which was incredible.
Excuse me. I know this is not football related, and I'm doing a story on favorite sex positions. Would you like to tell me what yours is right now, Bill? Hey, Bill, what's your thoughts on the Middle East? I'm doing an article about the Middle East, and I'm here in a football newsroom. And do you think we rushed into Iraq, Bill? Do you think we were a little over aggressive? If you could pick an offense who was too aggressive early on and compare it to Iraq, would you go ahead and do that for us now, Bill?
You know what I'm thinking about? Think about the worst teams in the league, like the Jaguars, right? The Texans, the Jets, the Giants. I feel like it'd be decently easy for us to make like a fake website where we could get credentialed by one of those terrible teams because they just need good press, right? And then we could go on press conferences and ask those kinds of questions to like the head coach.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be great. I really think it would be great.
We'd have to move to Jacksonville though.
No, we could just pretend.
Spend our summers in Detroit and our winters in Jacksonville. The perfect combo.
Nailed it. I think we could crush it. I think we could crush it. Just saying. Anyway, talking about on the opioid crisis. Yeah. How do you feel about canceling student debt? Well, by the way, if you want to potentially add or subtract,
we
from
got
your
a
debt,
coffee shout out, benchwarmerbrew.com. Thank you, Paul. And we also got a DraftKings Sportsbook shout out. Is that where you go with that, Tom?
Yeah, that's what I was going. You could add to your debt or subtract depending on if you're good.
Depending.
Yeah.
Depends. Maybe you want to wear some Depends while doing your sports betting because it's going to scare the poop out of you.
Yep.
Shouldn't, because you should be responsible when you do sports betting. No better place to do that than at DraftKings Sportsbook. Promo code GPS. So when you sign up at DraftKings, they're going to be like, do you have a promo code? You're going to be like, damn, yes, I do. Because people say damn yes these days. And you're going to put in GPS. You're going to navigate there, not just through GPS, but through our link in the description. And when you sign up, you can get up to $1,000 deposit bonus.
That's money.
You're going to match your deposit. If you bet just $1, they might give you a deposit bonus up to $1,000. And now they're an official sports betting partner of the NBA. That is basketball. That is b-ball. That is basketball.
The more important Bucs team won on Saturday.
Ooh, the Bucs won. The Nuggets won. So if you want to make your spring interesting with some basketball bets, do it through DraftKings. And if you can't do sports betting in your state because your state is lame, they've got the fantasy app. Tens of millions of prizes every week.
Griffins.
With daily fantasy.
Not unicorns today. Griffins.
Peter Griffins.
DraftKings.
Go GPS.
They have a line. All the second stringers due to COVID and injuries. Maybe.
Oh.
I do want to talk, because we've kind of glazed over it a little bit like a donut. I do want to talk about the kitty goes meow for a hot second. So Joe Burrow, apparently there were comments made about how he is not going to be getting a gold jacket ever. And that was brought up in the press conference in which they basically said, hey, Joe, were you thinking about that when that was asked, when you were getting 525 yards? He's like, maybe, while he's wearing a Santa hat. And it was kind of great. Like Joe Burrow has like really, he has been so adopted by Cincinnati, and he is just like slid into that role so easily that like I feel like there's yes.
Hello?
Hi, this is Michael, and I'm giving you a call from the dealer service center.
No!
Wait. You might be able to hit the number.
I'm not gonna chime in.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was like they were asking him, worried about Joe Burrow, and I think the Ravens defensive coordinator, Don Martindale, said he doesn't have a gold jacket yet, so we're not too concerned, or something like that. It wasn't that he won't ever get a gold jacket, but yeah, and into the game, they just throw a bomb, like a 40-yard bomb when the game's already over.
Yeah.
And then they do the victory formation. That put him at 525. And it happened against John Harbaugh, who earlier this season, when the game was over, ran a play with Lamar Jackson to keep the Ravens' 100-yard per game rushing streak alive. And people, upset about that. I wasn't. I didn't care.
Who cares?
But the fact that happened to John Harbaugh, the Bengals running up the score on him, sweeping him this year, love it. Love
all about
it.
So,
and also T. Higgins, man. T. Higgins had a great season last year and kind of got lost in the shuffle earlier this season with the Bengals.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a really smart draft pick last season. It's why I thought they didn't need to take Jamar Chase. But now that they got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, these two kind of outside deep threats with Tyler Boyd, who can work the slot. That is a great receiving core. It's a dangerous one. And
he nearly had 200 yards yesterday.
Yeah, Higgins. 196, I think. And then Jamar had 125.
Yeah, he had 125. Higgins had 194.
Yeah. So they can spin this draft
O-line,
working on the offensive line and probably, some defensive players here and there. I think they'll get to the playoffs. Maybe they win a game, maybe they don't. But I think the Browns next season, the Bengals next season, truly like their year. Truly their year.
You think so?
Yep. And of course, John Lynch gives the weirdest explanation of accidentally and unknowingly liking a tweet dogging Jimmy. Apparently,
it was about leaving him in Nashville.
Yeah, it was. Should have just left Jimmy G in Nashville. John Lynch liked it. But I like this context here. Apparently, while in Christmas Eve Mass, to let everybody know I am practicing my religion, therefore I am a good person. Because you don't need to say it. You could just say, apparently I accidentally liked a tweet. Don't need to reference being in church. But if you want to pull the church card, this is actually a good time to do it, John. And you did it well, because I like John Lynch. Never intended and remain a huge believer in Jimmy, which is a little confusing. You're talking about church. I was almost expecting him to say remaining a huge believer in Jesus. Before I knew what the tweet was, I was like, wait, Christmas Mass? You like to you're a believer in Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy Christ.
Do you mean Jesus? Is this a typo? No, Jimmy Garoppolo. Merry Christmas to everyone. Just a really funny explanation. Could it have happened? Yeah. The whole phone being in your pocket or something during Christmas? I don't know. Or worse, were you looking at your phone?
Yeah. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Twitter? Because that opens a whole nother can. Are you on Twitter during Christmas Mass?
You are making God compete with Twitter?
That's true. God is on Twitter, but
I can tell you who's not going to win any more games this season.
Yeah.
The 49ers. They just pissed off God.
They did.
And unless you're Tom Brady or Bill Belichick with Satan in your pocket, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work.
You know who else probably pissed off God? The Chargers.
Oh, definitely the Chargers.
The Chargers God liked the tweet
What?
for him, actually. That's amazing. Yeah, the Chargers lost to the Texans, and the best part is, how many times do we say we're like, oh yeah, the Chiefs can win, like they can clinch their division this week, but the Chargers have to lose to the Texans. That won't happen.
Boom.
Oops.
Davis Mills, Rex Burkhead, Chargers choke in the fourth quarter.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
It
was bad.
Pick six by
Herbert.
Herbert at the end of the game.
Yep.
Tom, I cannot tell you how many wins I watched Phillip Rivers throw away in the fourth quarter with the game on the line. And Justin Herbert, I don't know if you're trying to mimic Rivers, but that is one part of his game you can leave on the cutting room floor. I don't know what the Chargers have done behind the scenes to merit this kind of curse upon their franchise. Losing to the Texans late in the season when you really needed a win, it doesn't make sense to me.
Against a terrible team. Like a terrible team. And that's the thing. I know Eckler was out. You know, they were missing some pieces. Justin Jackson played pretty well. 11 for 64 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Also was their leading receiver with 98 yards. Mike Williams was out too. Like, they were definitely missing people. But, like, come on now. The defense was horrible. They were
missing people against a team that doesn't have any people.
They allowed 24 points in the fourth quarter. 24.
Stupid.
The Texans put up 41 points on them. Like, come on. Yeah, they forced the Ravens back into the playoffs. The Ravens are like, no! Let me die. I know, Bosa, listen, they're missing people. Don't get me wrong. They're missing people, but good God. It was bad. It was bad. So,
again, they were missing people. Don't care. Not an excuse against the Texans. We wanted to praise Brandon Staley early this season, rightfully so.
Sure.
And he took the blame for it. He said we lost because I didn't coach well. Fine. It's a cliche answer, but I actually kind of believed he believes it. I've said for a long time, I think Gus Bradley, not a great defensive coordinator. He was just in Seattle at the right time. And as the Chargers' current defensive coordinator, I kind of have to agree.
Oof.
Oh, no, is he the Raiders coordinator now? What the hell?
While you look that up,
God,
real quick.
Why, when I put in Chargers defensive coordinator, does Gus Bradley come up? Is that correct? Oh, my God. Ronaldo Hill is their defensive coordinator. Okay. Everything I just said was really stupid.
Never mind. We had
I mean, Gus Bradley's still not good. That's my point.
Lions Falcons. Tim Boyle laser show throwing his first career touchdown and then also choking away the game and throwing the game-losing interception. Okay. So Lions losing in the most Lions way possible to the Falcons. We already talked about the Rams and Vikings. We talked about the Jaguars and Jets, and now the Jets actually look good. The Giants are officially eliminated from postseason because they suck. Everything about them sucks. I drafted Saquon Barkley. That's on me. That is on me because that was a mistake. But yeah, the best part is that they're keeping Joe Judge and Daniel Jones. That's what a report came out over the weekend, and everyone tagged 5-point vids in it. And he's like, please stop tagging me in this. I get it. I know it's happening. What in God's name? Like, are the Giants just like intentionally saying like, listen, we walk like a duck. We look like a duck. We quack like a duck. We're a duck. Like,
we suck like a duck. We suck like a duck. Yeah, go for it, Giants. Change nothing and expect different results.
That's it.
See, and that's a flaw at the ownership level. You're going to bring in a new GM but keep your current head coach and quarterback combo.
Yep.
Usually you want to bring in the head coach and the GM together, and you want those two things to work together, to be symbiotic. So it feels like the Giants are going to throw in another GM. I doubt John Mara is going to really try and figure out somebody to pair well with Joe Judge, because we know John Mara just doesn't know what he's doing. And
is there a person whose last name is Jury?
Judge, Jury, and Mara has to change his name to Executioner.
Yes, and then I'll respect the Giants a million times more.
Fair enough. This is our new GM, Sam Jury.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a woman.
Yep. Progressive.
Sam is short for Samantha.
Yes.
That's the curveball.
Because it's 2021, folks.
Damn right.
Almost 2022.
Jury Judy.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. We had an hour straight of just chair wordplay last night on my stream. Just anybody who had a last name that started with a CH became chair. But the best one was Cherry Judy. Yeah, Giants, they're going to be bad. They're going to keep being bad. Next.
Remember when we
What's
said
next, Tom?
Remember I said that they could be a sleeper team like you? Remember we both said that? I was wrong. I was wrong.
Joe Judge might actually be all right as a coach. I don't know. I think it's hard to be a head coach when you're starting Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon. Dan Jones is not great. So you got to have a good quarterback to be a good head coach, essentially. Because there's another good head coach. His name is Dan Campbell, and he's won, 2 games? It's like
almost 3.
Cliff Kingsbury's got a good QB, and they can't put it together late in the season.
No.
So it's not puzzle pieces where you know which to go together. It is a complicated hire, and it is hard to get right.
All I know is I'm in the championship in the Clickbait Sports Fantasy. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
I think it's because you're the only person playing.
I just beat 5 Point Fins, like barely. Well, I still have to start. I've started Derrick Henry ever since because I'm playing by the rules, and Derrick Henry is getting me 0 points for the past 2 months that he's been out for, and still getting the dub. No one else is playing. Maybe it's just me making all the transactions. All right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's active in there.
Oh.
I can't keep up. I just can't. Here we go. This is interesting from Twitter, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually like this.
Oh. What? I think that's the most normal and insulting thing I've ever read in my life.
That one stings.
I had to read that one for a bit. I was like, Perna makes Tom Grossi seem like a normal human being. Huh.
Cool. I need to have
I'm
a
pretty
word
sure
with
like that's
a
a big
geek. I need to have a word with him.
Didn't you retweet it?
Oh, hell yeah, I retweeted it. Anything with my name in it, boom, retweet. I need attention.
Okay. So that was the crazy games. We have a Monday night game. Ian Book going up against the Miami Dolphins. They're like, hey, listen, we want to make the playoffs. And the Saints like, well, no, we want to make the playoffs. And they both want to, but only maybe one can. So.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins going to win this one. You can Ian Book it. Dolphins win by 2 points. Damn it! You can even book it. Dolphins win by 2 points. There we go.
I mean, the Dolphins haven't lost a game since Halloween. Like that's a pretty impressive run.
Ooh.
That's a pretty impressive run. Going up against a third string QB tonight.
What if the Dolphins get to the Super Bowl?
They just don't lose. They just keep going.
Oh my God. If the Dolphins get to the Super Bowl, then my Brian Flores Coach of the Year prediction at the beginning of the season going to look real smart. Going to look real smart.
Gonna look real smart.
What if
that's
the
the thing.
Dolphins get to and win the Super Bowl and still trade for Deshaun Watson?
There's like, yeah, we hate Tua. See, Carson, this is the problem that I have because I was like, maybe I could do my power rankings today to make my Tuesday a little bit better. But I'm like, if the Dolphins win, I feel like they're there in the top 10. You know?
Whoa, we got a $50 super chat, Tom.
Oh, hold on. Finally get to see a Saints game. It doesn't stink. I hope so. God, I'm so tired of watching the Saints. So random with a 50. Boop. 4.
Boom, so random guy. Sir Ian, Book of Mormon. Got another one for you.
Wait a minute. I'm not number 1 anymore? What kind of BS is
the
this?
Cowboys passed you? Oh my God, the NFL Network is bringing up the rabbit tweet.
That's amazing. Yes, Carter.
I could produce Good Morning Football in my freaking sleep. Oh my God. See, I used to watch like a show like Good Morning Football to help give me ideas. Now I have all the ideas planted in best and worst, planted in our rundown, and I see them just doing the same thing. Tom, we're on to something. We're doing it right. We're this close.
I don't watch other football shows.
I got to have football noise on in the background. Just
not
to
a one.
catch a nugget here and there.
Not a single one. Nope.
I edit while I hear football news.
Nope.
That's why I don't retain any information. I put too much into my brain at once.
Dude, I have Alvin Kamara. All right, this is actually very important. Okay. I am up against Papa Grossi to go to the championship in our fantasy league, and I'm down bad. He played the Cowboys defense last night, so I'm down bad. So right now, I'm losing 82-119. All right? However, I have the Saints defense, and I have Kamara tonight. If Alvin Kamara goes in as the QB, maybe it could happen.
Ooh.
Maybe. So I'm just saying, please.
Is he emergency QB, Kamara?
He's the emergency QB. Inject. I'm counting on the Saints tonight. I need them to give it to Alvin Kamara all day, every day, because I am down by 37 points with the Saints defense and Kamara. Please. Please, please, please. Dolphins
I have ended my poll. Washington football team, worst loss of the week, according to the fans. Now, we talked about the Colts being the best team for the playoffs in the AFC. Yeah. What about NFC, Tom? You going with Packers?
Heading into the playoffs? I mean, again, it depends on our health situation. I think the Packers are up there. I think I was going to say the Rams if they actually looked good against the Vikings, but I wouldn't say the Rams. I think the Cowboys, though. I mean, they're the Cowboys-Cardinals game next week is going to be huge for both teams. And I'm praying that the Cardinals win, because if the Cardinals win and the Packers win, the Packers get to sit all their starters in week 18, and we might see Kurt Benkert. Okay?
Ooh.
So Tommy needs it to happen.
I'll go ahead and just say the Buccaneers, because they too will get some key players back when the playoffs start. They could use the bye just as bad as the Packers, so I think that's important. But the Bucs are like in fourth place right now in the playoff picture. But I've been hurt by Tom Brady so many times. just eviscerated by him. And so I'll say Tampa Bay, most dangerous team in the NFC, best team in the NFC once the playoffs start. Right now, I'd say the Packers are better. I would say they're second best because I can't put the Cowboys there. I need to see that defense do what they're doing against a team like Tampa. Who do the Cowboys play? What's the rest of their schedule?
They're playing the Cardinals and then the Eagles.
Ooh, Eagles will be interesting because they run the football so well.
Yep.
Okay. We'll know. We'll know who Dallas is by the end of the regular season.
Oh yeah. Please God no. Please God no. Please no.
The double C's.
No. Can you imagine the Cowboys actually going to the Super Bowl? No.
I know. I was thinking about that today.
I won't do it. I won't. You can't make me do clickbait.
I would take Cowboys Colts over Cowboys Chiefs.
I don't want the Cowboys. I don't want the Buccaneers. No. The Pack. Just give me, come on. Just give me one. Just give me one more. Just one more. Perna.
Eagles, Colts, Super Bowl.
Perna, listen to me. You listen to me right now. The Packers make it to the Super Bowl. A lot of people are going to be tuning into GPS. Think of the views.
Oh, yeah.
Think of the views.
I'm rooting for Green Bay.
No, you're not. You're rooting for Matthew
or the
Stafford.
Rams.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, there it is. And they're just creeping up
Von
again.
Miller, Matt Stafford.
No.
America's favorite football player, Odell Beckham Jr.
Honestly, what's worse, Cowboys Patriots Super Bowl or Buccaneers Patriots?
Bucs Patriots.
At least
Patriots.
the storyline would be interesting. We'd hear so many Adele songs, like all the Adele songs.
I want I want the Bills in the AFC to get there. I'll take the Colts, but I want the Bills. See, Bills, Rams, that's tough. I'll root for the Bills, I guess.
No.
Bills, Packers,
Yeah.
I'll root for the Bills.
Excuse me?
I should have just ended the broadcast.
Yeah, I honestly was thinking about it. I really was thinking about it. By the way, yes, uncultured. Perna, real quick, because we're about to end the show. I have a legitimate question for you. This is 100% serious. Like 100%. In the off season, I want to do drunk NFL history. And I think
we could do that for sure.
That would be amazing. I think that would be amazing.
We just got to do it at night.
Yeah. No, it'd be at night. We do it like once a month. We could do it weekly, whatever. We could figure it out. And whoa! Dustin with a hundo out of nowhere.
Woo!
Two-face for the kid. No words. Dustin's just like, hey, by the way, great profile pic. An animated Aaron Rodgers. That's it. Damn. Just coming in.
Colts Eagles wins against his old team.
And Nick Foles gets traded back to the Eagles.
Oh,
wait a minute. Brandon Perna, you know what that means. You know what that means, buddy. You know what it means.
Johnny John John!
We got Scooter Elway, baby. We got a hundo, which means Scooter Elway comes on through. That's how it be. Those be the rules.
Scooty Elway, baby.
That's it.
All right.
The chat is going wild with Scooter Elway. But yes, I want to do drunk history, you and I. And like we'll just sit, we'll have some hard liquor, and you could tell some Broncos stories and or other stories, and they'll be completely made up and fabricated with the influence of alcohol.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to the Dollop? The podcast? What they do is they have a history story. They're both comedians. So Dave Anthony tells a story about history, and they just riff along through the whole thing. It like takes forever to get through this story about history, but it's like super entertaining. I think we can take maybe that kind of approach where one episode I'll come in with whatever.
Yeah.
Some Broncos story or whatever, and we can just go through it, get drunk. So it's like drunk history meets the Dollop this off season. coming
Done.
to a theater near you.
That's it.
All right.
People are saying that they would watch that. So that's good.
Cool. We'll try it. All right. It's the end of the show.
We did it. We need to do clickbait D&D. Yes. That's still a thing. You almost made it through the entire thing.
Almost.
Almost.
Got it out. Got that loogie out.
But we keep trying to log off and the donos keep on coming in. Titans, Cowboys.
Titans, Cowboys?
Anybody but the Cowboys.
All right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is the Grossi Perna Show, otherwise known as a GPS. And you have been navigated. Happy birthday, Will.
And you've reached